Wow. Going live on YouTube? Yeah. Let me copy link. Copy link. Wait, did the camera not say that it's Oh, it's on. Wait, it is on pen 2.
You are now officially live.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. I was thinking it should follow my own head. But of course it doesn't. You know, and I can close it and then we're like, yeah. Let's see here. I gotta get over to the meetup Discord. I'm gonna post it in both this and not the meetup, the roundup.
There we go.
Oh man, that mirror's so low quality.
Funny
I
buttons.
guess I gotta work with it.
Is it on a mirror quality setting? Is it on a mirror quality setting?
What are you saying? I'm definitely touching them.
There's a mirror quality setting?
Somewhere, I believe. Or something.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's for the
you can
Big menu.
have it reflect
Oh yeah, I should use the mirror quality setting actually.
Mirror resolution can be like mirrors at full resolution, at unlimited resolution, half resolution, or quarter resolution.
Oh, they removed it from the quick menu in the beta.
It's in the full menu.
Yeah, that kinda sucks, because that's something I would like to have access to quickly.
That actually reminds me the near
oh,
clip
that was
is also
my
in
own
this full
setting.
menu.
I see. Oh, that's cool.
Now it's really low res.
Quality because of settings.
Use full resolution at your own risk.
Okay, this is infinite resolution.
Infinite
I
resolution.
don't really see infinite resolution.
You know what? I'm mostly just gonna leave it at this one, and then turn it up if it's needed.
Not sure. Use that infinite resolution. Come
Or
on.
should I actually just use half?
Just use infinite. What can go wrong?
Yeah, let's just use half for now.
I can't even turn this mirror on.
But yeah, Ribbon, you're saying I can't touch them.
Well, I mean, you can touch them, but you can't interact with them.
Damn it. Monkey!
I don't have.
Are you in the open beta?
I gotta.
And I'm pretty sure that drone mode is not in live right now, right? I'm gonna use drone mode.
I have no idea.
Probably because Yuri's open.
Marina, were those there last time? Because I haven't been to a roundup in like months. What are the? Is there 3 strikes in your out system?
Ribbon, my good friend, old buddy, old chum, old pal, old associate.
Right here.
What's up, Pete?
What?
You know, I see it. I see that. I do see that. Yeah, what is that? What is that?
Like a fucking game show. Fucking kindergarten like stoplight system. It's like you're
Hey, Bento.
That's like 1 strike.
I'm coming for you.
Yeah, Benzo. Yeah. Hey, Flowmaster said Benzo is watching me on stream. Yeah. Poop.
Hello. Everybody, please listen up. This is the Avatar Roundup, a monthly event to show off avatars and junk and whatnot and stuff that you've done. And if I could have everybody, you know, take a seat and oh man, it's been a while since I've been here. Welcome to the Avatar Roundup. This is a place where you share avatars and junk, like I just said. Oh man, I don't have my little script with me. I apologize.
Wait, it's scripted?
Huh?
The event is scripted?
Well, I mean, I have like a little thing that I say in the beginning, just so. I thought I could improv it, but you know, I've only had like 6 hours of sleep all this week. Welcome to the Avatar Roundup. At this monthly event, you're welcome to share and promote anything surrounding avatars. From rad components to rigged characters, keep in mind the community guidelines and credit anyone's work that isn't your own. Each presenter has up to 15 minutes to share, and during that time, feel free to ask for a dark environment or audio link to emphasize specific visual effects. For further information, visit communitymeetup.net. Now, let's begin to round up anyone who would like to share. Based on the time that you would like to present, form a line, starting at the entrance, going over here to the wall. Those who line up closer to the entrance will be, they'll be first to present. And then those over there will be the last.
Wahoo!
And I have to take a photo.
Yeah.
Of the usernames.
Take that.
You all bitch!
Oh, the avatar hiding. Okay, opening my own menu may move the camera too. Great.
Alright, okay. Alright, may I get the part near the front to move over towards the end here? A lot of your usernames are overlapping.
Can we turn on
Alright.
global microphone?
No, it's supposed to be global in the center.
Alright, what's up? What's up? Oh, I don't know. I gotta see. Oh, that's for my tail on the ground. Alright, so Ghost, may I have you step in front of Inevitable so that your username can be visible? Alright. Alright, hopefully I had gotten photos. Alright. Oh, sorry, I'm not used to having my mic on all the time. I hope I'm not making a lot of strange noises.
It's fine.
A bit strange, but
I get you. Alright, I've collected the photos and whatnot, the screenshots of all the usernames, so if everyone but Fujin can return to their seats, they will begin the show.
hit him with it.
Actually, I'm gonna
Chill
reset
like
my
that.
play space. I don't know where I'll
I'm gonna
end
go to
up.
the top because I'm standing.
Why are you holding the camera?
Speed! Yeah, why are you holding a camera?
Speed!
I get a reason for it. So do I just start talking? I guess so.
Yes.
Present what you wanna...
I need the camera, actually.
You need
So
the camera?
basically what I'm going to be presenting today is something actually pretty small, so we're going to need magnifying. device, which is gonna be the camera. So what I do quite a lot is that I make watches for VRChat for avatars. And today I want to show you a few of them. And we're gonna start with this one, which indicates the stars on the northern hemisphere at current time in my location.
Holy shit.
It's powered by OSC. Oh, sorry about that. I'm just gonna show that the smaller hand indicates the hour and the longer indicates minutes. Obviously, it's a classic 12-hour dial. The running seconds hand is the longest finished hand. And what you see inside of the circle, or more like an oval shape, is the current visible sky above me at the current time. The thing how this works is that the constellations on the northern hemisphere don't really change, but what you see during the day changes. And basically I came up with a mathematical calculation how to display it, given data from your location, your date, and current time. Then I made like an OSC app for it, and it transfers the data onto your avatar. It's basically one float value and nothing more. One float value for the stars and one float value for the time indication. And it's updated every minute, and it's very accurate, actually. It's very accurate. So I'm gonna show you next my most recent creation, which is a watch that indicates not only the time, but also the moon phase. And it takes a minute to update because my OSC app updates the time and all the indications every minute. So it's gonna take a while, and I'm gonna just explain how this works, where that happens. So basically we have like these two moons here and two blue circles. And how this works is that these two moons are basically a disk that's basically just an angon that rotates clockwise, just like it did. And the part that's inside of those circles is the amount of illumination, basically what moon phase we can see on the sky right now. The upper part near the 12-hour mark is the northern hemisphere, and below near the 6-hour mark is the southern hemisphere. And also it indicates time. And the illumination is calculated also every minute, so it's very accurate. And I also make simple but I think pretty cool designs. I'm gonna show this one real quick. So this one is purely gonna show the time. It's like you need to spend about 1,000 hours in Unity to make something simple but kinda cool, I guess. I kinda like it. There we go. Now it shows time. It always shows your time, obviously. The user, but all the people around you can see it. I also made pocket watches. I can show you that real quick. It's not an optimized avatar, so brace yourselves, but it's gonna take a minute. Oh damn, this is new naked, damn. Anyway. Since I'm interacting with the camera, which I don't want to, I need my response. Too much stuff going on. Oh, there we go. So, I also have a pocket watch, and it shows the stars as well. It's basically the same thing, it's just a pocket watch, and you can see the time. It's like a classical design. And the material is supposed to look like rose gold, but yes, and I also made classic gold and platinum colors, which I may be able to toggle here. Oh, there we go. This could be silver too. Yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to show today. I'm just gonna get back into more optimized avatar, and if anybody has questions, I guess I can answer like a 2 or 3 since I have time.
Did you create that yourself with the whole time thing? Because I'm making a watch myself, but
Yes,
no idea
pretty
how
much,
to make
yes.
it tell the time.
Yes, I made pretty much the whole thing myself, yes. Can I promote myself commercially? Is that allowed? So basically, if you're gonna buy any of my watches, you get the OSC app. And if you like message me, you wanna like use the data of it from time, I can like help you with that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, I have my Gumroad on my thing.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you.
No worries.
You're also allowed to post
So
on
if
the
nobody has any more
self-promotion
questions,
channel.
or- Yes. I guess I can give the stage to somebody else.
Thanks for sharing your watches. Those are fantastic.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna be right back.
Thank you for letting me be here. Excited to see what other people are making.
Get a clap into my mic somehow.
Yeah, good job, Fuji.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice work.
The next person up.
My tracking's messed up.
I need to see this.
What?
Making peep noise.
Fuck you say to me?
Hey! My left hand don't work, buddy. Come on.
Anyway,
For this finest.
skill issue. Hello. I made like 2 things that I can share publicly this month. I need to get back on the grind if you catch me. I'd never like hit bashed before. That stuff is alien to me. So working with weights that weren't my actual, I'll get into that in a side story. But basically, I'm lonely and I'm doing a D&D campaign, and I thought that one of my characters that I made looked a little bit too much like Brook from One Piece. So instead of making a really crude 3D model of him, I just took Bruce and completely morphed him into my abomination. Little fella here. I still gotta figure out how to weight paint it better, because these are bad weights, because I had to weight it myself, and working with the vertexes and the topology of something you didn't make yourself kind of made me cry a little bit. But I've got like a cloak, and that's about like the crown achievement of this, despite being the only kit bash. Can take to the skies, you know.
It doesn't seem to work.
Yeah, it's, Shut up! I'll kill you. I'll do it. What?
Does he have the fro?
No, he doesn't have the fro, I'm afraid. I had to... So, if I get into the details... I'll kill you! I took a couple of, like, the details of Brook off, like, the weird frills and all of the pockets. I extended the coat. And then I just I swapped his head, made the top hat myself, and then I just swapped all the textures using Substance Painter. Which is a blessing still. Thank you for that. Still. And the next thing, which... I love Substance Painter! I've got to go back and edit this, but I've been bored and I've been making a bunch more golems in the style of my normal one. So basically really weird and shapy. I had toggles on for a bit, which I have not yet removed. I've loaded into an error, so like, give me a second. Take your time. Take your time. I don't have to wait. I don't have to wait. There we go. Basically, I gotta go back, fix this, put some more things on, take some more things off, iron it out a little. But this thing was public. Not like meant to be distributed publicly, but I made it public because I needed someone else to use it for me. I've got a couple of funny toggles. This is the first time I tried something in Unity without knowing if something would work, and it did. which is this. I have a toggle to
Oh.
Oh, damn.
Oh yeah.
I need to make it better, as in I need to make the animation slow so it gradually opens up instead of... I got distracted by his text, or their text, saying Obama. Sorry. But yeah, this is public if you want to mess around with it. As I said, it's got some toggles that won't make sense without context because I was doing this for a bit.
Oh. You killed people.
But
Yeah. Murder!
No peeps is there.
shut up. Yeah, that's about it. I gotta make more of these. I've got one planned, but I need to learn mesh particles. I can maybe show that one up next month. I can't give a thumbs up. I cannot give a thumbs up.
Then give a thumbs down.
I have no thumbs, I have to give
Go back to my seat. Die with it. Die with it.
Oh man. Steve, that was really cool.
You did
Thanks
not
for sharing.
Oh
You
wait,
summoned
one
my
more thing.
hand back
Check
then,
this
too.
out.
Hello.
You going in? Come
I
back
haven't
to
been
VR.
on in a while. Yes. I got my controller back. Yes.
Can't believe you would do that.
Sorry if I
Can't believe you've
sorry if
done
I
this.
block anything. Let me just
And it's
sit right here.
which is why I'm in this avatar. Because I make my own avatar.
Hey, joke's on you, I'm just flying around with the camera, peep.
Well, I don't care.
Your
I don't care. Personally. I don't care.
You're the next one up.
Not the shark
We
though.
got a yash.
Oh, is it not the show? What was it?
Excuse me, ladies, gents, and friends beyond the binary. I gotta grab a cup of tea.
Sorry. Trying to be quiet for a person up there.
Hey, I've been working on getting my Rust Graviter updated, adding stuff to it, and since Bone Labs came out I decided to add a little bit of Bone Labs to it.
Oh god.
So I modeled this in Blender and I can pull it to change my outfit.
Put on the maid costume!
Oh, very cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it uses a stretch parameter and the grab parameter to detect when it's grabbed and let go.
Really good idea. Made out of Bone Lab, but well. I didn't even think about it.
And then it just uses a parameter driver to force my change of outfit, which I have manual control of too.
Damn.
Also have discovered how to use Polyamino to change different hues by renaming the properties so I can change all the hues on my body. Even with the same mesh.
I think Polymio is Poyami. Or maybe I'm wrong about that. Yeah.
Looks like you got it.
You're right, my text speech just doesn't like the name.
Figured.
Also can randomize it. It's got a party mode. And depending on the world I can go glow stick mode.
one in the line.
Remote.
Hey, now my camera is left behind. Oh no. Which was it was this button, right?
Gamer mode.
Oh, that's a bug.
Bloom. Super.
Oh, and everybody gets moved. That's how this works.
Why my mirror disappeared? What the? Whoa.
Other than that, I also got the avatar scale on this avatar made by that fat kid's mom.
It's a new
We
method
don't
of
need the
scaling
context.
avatars.
You just understand.
That's the person's name.
Oh.
I just wish there was a way to use it without toggling OSC.
Yeah, that's all I've done in the past month.
Very cool.
Yeah, good job, Yash.
Hmm.
Okay, maybe next.
It's really hot today.
Lots of stuff. Not sure. Pretty sure Yosh was standing by me though.
Next person up would be Juice. Where's that fluff ball at?
It's got the juice.
Yo.
I am here. Let me turn off my my earmuffs because I didn't last time and I couldn't tell if anyone was talking. Hi everyone. Recently I was commissioned by the Flirtual folks to make their avatar or their mascot into an avatar. So let me switch into that. Wait, actually that might be my test upload. Hold on. What am I in right now? Nope, this is it. Okay. Yeah. So I put this together for them based on their logo. It has a lot of the same, I guess, utilities and features that the Cotton Fox has, like hue shift, brightness, etc. I did add in a position adjuster, so you don't have to be glued to the ground. It's got that fat kid's mom's scale adjuster, so let's see, I can get huge. Just do a quick reset. Yeah. So I can be a giant jiggly cat. Feel free to clone it. I do believe it is public if anyone would like to give it a try. And this is uploaded on their account, so they've got everything in hand. But yeah, that's kind of all I was gonna share today. I just figured little commission project. I wanted to show people.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Killy cat.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone becomes jealous.
Wait, is it possible to step on it?
Did you make squish sounds? Is that it?
I believe so.
Was I just hearing
Here,
squishy
somebody
sounds?
step on me.
What the?
Step on Juice, come on. Yeah, perfect.
Say
Hey,
your
that's
origin.
switchable.
Why the fuck?
Don't pull on that.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh. Like robots right now.
Oh no.
Those weren't even intrusive thoughts, those were just my actual first thoughts.
Full body.
They're not intruding on anything.
Still finds robot like that.
Evil maxing moment.
Cool though.
It's
No,
called
no, I mean you
malice
can hear,
maxing.
you just sound like you're echoing like a robot. It's cool. You have like Vocaloid.
Evil maxing is acceptable. It's malice maxing as a fancier word.
Seen that guy with the pressure washer from the gas station? He just sprays some guy and went back to his car and act like he didn't do anything.
Oh, thanks. I enabled the push to talk. I'm not on the list, but I'm going next. I made this avatar recently. Quite speedily in the past few days. But over the past year or so, I've been doing a lot more stuff in real life, going for hikes, going out with friends, and meeting folks. So I've been feeling a lot more human than I have in a very long time. And I've had this idea of like a I've had this idea for a monkey avatar for probably a year now or so, and I never had the time or really energy to go out doing it. Earlier this year I created a player character for the Super Mario 64 co-op mod, and fell in love with the low poly segmented style that game is in, and after doing so I felt that it would be great to keep volume, because whenever I've tried the weight stuff, it always just ends up squishing things in ways that I've never quite liked, which is why my past avatar, a robot, had floating hips and shoulders, because I just didn't want to deal with weighting those points. Those points were my least favorite.
Yeah, they suck.
Especially with VR, where you have this real-time motion capture, and there's so many variables in where your body and limbs can be that I didn't feel like I wanted to put in the time for trying to troubleshoot all that. So it looks nice enough, and it works very well to maintain volume, and I've been quite liking it. This is the second time that I've been in full body in the avatar. The first was last night. So I have this huge list of things that I want to tweak and fix and whatnot. So it'll get slightly and vastly improved over time. I'm quite happy about my face. It's still a work in progress, but over the past few months I've been playing Wii and creating Miis with my partner. So I fell in love with that style, and so I wanted to try to capture that kind of essence in in here. And I think it looks all right. I've based the face and the body off of my real body, so this is pretty much 1-to-1 to how myself is shaped. I made it a little bit thicker so that the head wouldn't be so weird, but yeah, I'm enjoying this so far, and I feel a bit more comfortable. I'm especially excited for eye tracking. That's one thing that I'm incredibly excited for. I don't know if there was anything else I wanted to say, but yeah, it's a relief to finally feel more like myself in here, and I guess that's all I had to say. That's all I have to say about that.
Hey, stop touching the camera! No!
Make me.
How do you do that? Is that with texture offsets?
Yeah, I sketched out the face numerous times. I even tried 3D mod. Yo, can you folk over there keep it down, please? I've tried. I made the face twice as a 3D mesh. Excited for face tracking and stuff, but I wanted to keep the low poly style. But having enough polys to create face deformation was not working well with how low poly I wanted the body to be, and it just ended up not. I ended up scrapping it. After 2 attempts, it didn't end up working all that well. I ended up liking the second one a bit more, but it just wasn't the style that I wanted to go for. But this one, I created the all of the face stuff in Inkscape, a vector program, and then I moved all of the visemes and the blinking to be
vertical on the page, so when it blinks, it just like flips the texture, or when I speak, it just like flips the texture. After last night, I have more ideas on how I want to go about it, but yeah. With the eyes, I'm using just the alpha of where the eye is, and then adding a texture of a pupil behind it. And the pupil is the only thing so far that's a separate texture, so that it could be on its own, and then I can clamp it so I can move it. Oh my gosh. so many eyes on me. Yeah. I still have a lot more that I want to do with it. Like, I want to be able to move the eyebrows. I want to have different facial expressions. Oh, I'm sorry, Yash. I didn't hear what you said.
If you're using
okay.
Verona, you can use a decal for a speaker, or for the pupil, I mean.
Oh no, this is my own. I seldom use other folks' stuff. I like to experiment in adding roughness and normals to the face and the rest of the body. Very similar to how Animal Crossing New Horizons, the characters, like past Animal Crossing games, they were just the color texture, and then New Leaf they added specularity, and I think they also had a bit, I don't recall if they have normals, but New Horizon, with it being much higher resolution, they have nice normals around the eyes and whatnot, and I like to try to get that in, but that was too much effort to do for this this event. So yeah, biggest inspirations for this is hiking, the Mii's Animal Crossing, yeah.
I think you did a really good job, and I actually quite like it.
Yeah. I'm
to say me maker. To see it.
How many textures does it have? And for the mouth movements, are they a texture with like choosing which style? Or is it like birds or something like that?
Oh, I'm sorry, could you say that again?
How many textures does your avatar have? Not material.
It's not very optimized at the moment, because again I was rushing to get it done by today. But ideally, and it'll just sorry, let me start over. It's using pretty much just one material. The face is using an Atlas texture with all of the mouth movements aligned horizontally, same with the eyes, and the ears in there somewhere. But the only other texture is a single pupil that's like maybe a 64 by 64 texture. But it's all in the same material. It has more materials and 2 skin mesh renderers at the moment, just because I wanted to throw it together to test it. Ideally, when I'm done, I would like it just to be one material for the whole thing, so that it can be the most quest compatible. Thank you.
I got a question. So the basic structure is that you've got your visines, and they're being mapped to texture swaps instead of being mapped to blend shape animations.
So
nothing going on the mesh at all.
Nothing on the mesh. It's just the shader flipping through stuff. Yeah, I first saw this method. I believe Kazakhon does it. It seems like they have a much more complicated setup, but I did see a much more simpler method like this on one of those like pool inflatable avatars, and it was that was what really inspired me to go with a much more simple take on the face. And yeah, I've used like shader UV movements before, so this was when I made the shader for this and the animations, it was pretty quick. And it's relatively easy to set up. You just gotta make all the same animations, but you just, you know, change the UV. So instead of like manipulating all these vertices and then having to deal with that, you're just in a animation file. It's just one property that's just changing one float for the UV, the UV movement up and down. And you know, I don't want to put a lot of effort into my avatar in the sense that I don't want to maintain a lot of stuff. Like with my previous avatar, it was it had a lot more, which is why I don't want to do the like normals or roughness and stuff. Is I don't want to have to maintain more textures and stuff that I want. I just want to I want to have an easier time in changing and expressing myself. Yeah.
No, you did a great job, Ruben.
Thank you very much. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm of course taking as much feedback as I can, so that I can, you know, keep it from being uncanny, keeping it from looking inaccurate and all that junk. So if anyone sees anything that's out of place or weird, just let me know.
If anything, I can take some tips from you more.
Oh, I appreciate that. Well, I mean, oh dear. You ever want to know what the bottom of an avatar's shoe looks like? Well, bam!
Nice.
All right. Well, that's the end. That's the end of what I wanted to share. And the next person up is Ghost. Ghost, please step up here.
Hello. I don't have much to show today. Over the past few months, I've been working on some commissions. Unfortunately, I can't show all of them, but there's one of them I can show. So. There you go. Yeah.
Really like the texture on that.
Thank you, thank you.
That's quite a lot of detail.
And besides that, there's I also use parallax on the eyes. I'm not sure if you can see it correctly. Let's see.
Yeah, sorry. I took away
Here.
the other screen there, but I'll
There
add
you
it
go.
back next time.
You see it? So the mesh for the eyeball is completely spherical. I'm just using parallax to make it look, yeah. Other than that, I have something else to show on my main avatar, the one that I usually use. You probably recognize it already.
Yeah.
It is specifically Payomi's RGBA ambient occlusion. What this means is, if you guys know ambient occlusion, it is soft shadowing, like around like crevices and stuff like that, make stuff look realistic, like shadowing here. What with RGBA, can you look at the shadow here? There you go. With RGBA, I'm using multiple ambient occlusion channels on the same texture. This way I can slide them off and on whenever I toggle clothes. So I'm going to toggle off the pants, and if you notice, the shadow is going to disappear as well. It's really nice to make two different meshes combine very well. Like usually you wouldn't be able to add ambient occlusion because it's hard to take it off. I'm gonna do it for the coat as well. Watch out, I'm gonna get naked. Yeah, there you go. Pretty much it.
So when can we get the full show?
Over the past 2 weeks, I've been working on my next base, which I'll sell on Gumroad. Don't have much to talk about it yet, but yeah. Yeah.
It's really good face work, though.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Oh, I forgot to say that.
Realistic. That's awesome.
Hell yeah. It's the blend shapes for the face. It's based on face tracking blend shapes, and I just animate those, which makes it very realistic. And it's the same for the other avatar. Oh yeah, the thing. I mean, maybe you guys know this already. I can change the face structure.
Oh god.
Oh, Peep, can you come here? Can you change into the avatar? So, thank you. Peep is not gonna mess with his avatar. I'm just gonna make him dance.
Oh, what are you doing? Oh, fuck!
So my friend, this was not made by me. It was a prefab made by. He also has it. It was a prefab made by Isaac, a friend of mine. He's playing with contacts on different avatars and tags to make animations enable between avatars. So if Peep has my avatar and it enables the animation, he makes me dance as well.
What's the parameter you use?
That is brilliant.
For myself.
Now Peep's gonna do it too.
I can just give the prefab on the. I can give the prefab on the Discord chat, and so that people can clone it.
Everybody change into it. We're gonna have a massive party.
Yes. All right. That's all I have to show.
How big is this contact receiver?
Wow, that's awesome.
There you go.
Fizzbones, check it out. It's awesome though.
Yeah, wonderful, Ghost. Thank you. Next person up is inevitable.
That's at spawn.
It was sure inevitable.
I like how you put it.
Hey yo. It's been a while since I've been here. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's been like 4 or 5 months. So I got 3 different things. What are you doing, Peep? I got 3 different things to show off. I'll try not to be long. Keep in mind that all 3 things I'm showing off are public. So if you want to clone any of them at any point, just feel free to do it whenever. This is my current project that I'm working on. It's still a work in progress, relatively. And this is one of the ones that I've made from scratch also. So this is a character I've been working on, and recently, for my most recent projects, I've been trying to add one fun new thing whenever I make a new model. And the fun thing I'm adding to this guy, if you can't tell by the little thing in the back, is that he can actually ride his skateboard. This is the first time. Uh-oh, it's not working. Hold on. I think I messed it up with full body tracking. Hold on, let me turn my full body off. However, how do you do that? Alright, well, there's something I have to fix, right? There we go. This is the first time I've ever messed around with custom locomotion, and I'm pretty happy with the result. I had to do some weird Unity trickery to make it look relatively natural. And for the people who did clone it, if you are, it's under the test button. I didn't actually name everything correctly because it's still a work in progress. The other fun thing that I'm currently working on is there's another submenu on here that, depending on which button you have selected, you can do different tricks on the skateboard. So by default, when I jump, I do an ollie like that. And the only one right now is I added a kickflip like last night. So you can do a kickflip too. And soon I'm probably going to add like 4 or 5 more tricks to that menu. I'm going to have fun with it because this is kind of the first time I've also messed around with like animation in Blender and porting it into Unity. And it only works like half the time, but you know what? It's fun. So I'm having a good time. Other things on this avatar, you can toggle all the different clothing. I have glasses that are on this guy. You can also take the jacket off, take the clothes off. You can have everything off if you want. And I think that's about it. And I did manage to get a spot in Winter VCAT. This is what I'm going to be showing off there this year. Or this season, rather. So, yeah. The next one I wanted to show is one that I actually did for last VCAT. And it's been a while. This one doesn't have as like crazy stuff. It was just like a fun thing to work on. Also, if you clone this one, sorry, this is the only public one I have. So this guy is another original character, original creation that I made. Fish guy, he's fun. And oh, I forgot to mention on the other cat, there's a bunch of different facial expression attached to gestures. On this specific one, the gestures are on an expressions menu on the radial. And the one fun thing that I forced myself to make for this guy, these little water jets that he can shoot out of his hand. That's really it. It's not anything complicated. They're just long pillars attached to like 10 different bones. Oh, here's Spectral. Honestly, the only thing that was like relatively complicated was like I've never made a tiling texture from scratch before, and I had to make a tiling texture for these waves, like the wave texture on these things, so that they could be moving without any seams or anything. So yeah, this is also shout out to all the thank you all. Also, one other thing that I've been trying to mess around with, I don't know if you guys watch One Piece, but recently I've been that's where a lot of my like inspiration's coming from, just super simple eyes. But something that I've been trying to do is hold on, where is it? Yeah, like eyes like this. I really like this style, so I've been like getting a lot of inspiration for when I make custom gestures like this. You can see it on the big screen. I can't tell because I can't see what's behind me. Is it good? Is it good?
Sorry.
Anyways. Awesome. All right.
And I'll put it.
Get out of here. Get out of here. You've overstayed your welcome. So the last thing I want to show is not something I made from scratch. This is actually a game port, but I made a janky system that I'm kind of proud of. This guy right here. If it would load. So this has like the regular snake rigging. This has the regular snake rigging where it's like, oh, just put gravity, use a plane collider, call it a day. But the one thing that I added to this, and I'm not sure how much you guys care about quest creation specifically, but I like worked like day and night, like 3-4 days in a row to try to mimic constraints for quest using inside-out fizzbone colliders. And I managed to get it to work. This isn't perfect. This isn't like rotation constraints where it's actually very accurate and stuff, but I can point at people. And everybody on Quest can see this. Everybody on PC can see that. All the platforms can see this. You can toggle it on and off even. And I'm super happy with that because I always try to make my avatars that are like ports for Quest because it's like 95% of the people that use these avatars. I'm gonna be real. So yeah, a fun little system that I made. Not really system, just messing around with values till it eventually worked. I think that's all I have.
Whoa, very cool.
Good job. Inevitable.
Full work, inevitable.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Oh
next person up on stage is Blue Aziz. Get on down here.
No way. It's me. Okay. Am I on the right mic? I sound okay?
I can't hear you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, fuck you, Fraser. I haven't been here in ages, so I have like so much stuff to show off. And by so much stuff, I mean like 5 things or 4 things. I can't count. But mostly, like Ribbon's been very busy with real life stuff. I also have been very busy with real life stuff. I haven't had some self-discovery. I've just been very fucking busy. So I've only really had time for smaller projects. Just stuff that I can get out quick. So not too long ago I made this. Everything I make is public and clonable. This is just a little scrandangly guy I made. Bring the camera all the way down here because I'm tiny. This is a little rapscallion I made just to because I did some blend shape. All of this the scribbles is all blend shape animation, and that means it works on Quest, you know. Because like Evan, everything I make I have to make to work on Quest because that's like 95% of the people who use my stuff. Unfortunately, or fortunately. I also made this not too long ago. It was like a little jam avatar. Yeah, it's also blend shape animation. I made this, which is, as some of you will know, the Steam Deck, which is Valve's new. Oh, I grabbed the camera. Oh no! Take it back. As some of you know, Valve made the Steam Deck. They released it. You said I have to credit everybody. I have to credit everybody, so I didn't design this. Lawrence Yang at Valve designed this. I modeled it as a jam, as a quick thing, and it's a little guy, you know, quick little jam project. Also clonable, like everything. Also another smaller project, like Juice. I was looking for Juice. Like Juice made a mascot for Virtual. I made a mascot. I need to reset this. I made the official Black Cat mascot because I could.
Hey.
It still looks like that GitHub. No, is it GitHub-ish? Oh.
It doesn't look like the GitHub logo. I know what you mean, but it doesn't look like it. Anyway. The Black Cat is getting a Halloween update, as it does every year, and Elaine, the person who made the Black Cat, is my partner. She wanted a mascot for the world. I was like, hey, I make characters. I made this, and it's got a couple toggles. You can turn the skirt off. It has wings. As you can see, you can also see there's a butthole. Ignore that. And it has because it's for Halloween. I give it a pitchfork and some horns. You can be evil. And you can also, because it's, you know, I figure if people are going to use it, you can do whatever you want with it. You can change all the colors with a couple of presets on a slider.
Scared me.
Turn that off. That's the Black Cat. And,
Lift the skirt.
No, I will not. The one I came onto stage with, which has been like my main big project for the past, I don't know how long, it took me a little while to make this, is like me trying to make a more traditional anime character, but like try and give it my own twist, which kind of just resulted in making it have huge eyes. This is the light works, right? I can use the light. Am I allowed to use that? Whoa. Okay, this is. Yeah, I have a lamp. This is my main project, trying to make a more traditional humanoid anime character in VRChat, and also make it on Quest. So this is, as you see it with no changes, it looks basically identical on Quest aside from the shader, of course. And I just wanted to mess around making stuff in SDK3 that I didn't know how to do before. Similar to Ghost had the RGB thing, the RGB AO. You can see here, and you see here. trying to line this up. You can see I have shadow in my pants, and then look, if I turn my pants up, oh, the shadow goes. Magic, I know. Mine's not as advanced as the RGBA one. Mine's just a single channel. I'm not that smart. But I have a very similar setup. Basically, I'm copying everybody. I'm copying Ribbon. I'm copying Juice. Copying Ghost. You know, everybody beat me to it. No, I love you, Peep. But yeah, this avatar has a couple toggles. You can be completely naked.
That's not completely naked, luckily.
Okay, completely naked by my standards. Okay, I feel naked wearing that. I don't want to be looked at by all you creeps. Yeah.
The other way. Good standards. Good standards.
Yeah, but you know, this is the avatar toggles. Fucking nightmare to set up because SDK3 is wonderful and perfect and doesn't have any issues. Messing with contact points to make the wrench grabbable. That was like a whole thing. It was really fun to set up, and I didn't have any problems with it at all. Totally perfect. But yes, that is what I have been working on.
What shader setting did you use to have the shadow?
The sarcasm is too powerful.
The shadow in the pants?
Yeah.
Ambient occlusion.
It's just ambient occlusion, the same as Ghost. But I'm using silent shader, not Poyomi, because I love silent shader. It's very simple and doesn't have too many settings, and I'm not very smart, so I need as little settings as I can get.
Nah, it's
Can you
real
show
sweet.
off a bit more of the wrench? That looks incredible.
The wrench. Yeah, the wrench was fun to design. I wanted to make. Thanks. This whole avatar is PBR, which is why I wanted the real-time light, but it doesn't seem like it's really lighting stuff up the way it should. I'm blaming your light ribbon, not my avatar. I don't know. Okay. Maybe the shade that's messing up. I don't know. We'll blame everything but me. Yeah, the wrench was fun to design. I made it all hand textured, etc. Like someone said over there in that crowd, looks like Borderlands because it has the black outlines, and Borderlands has a wonderful style. I love making stuff look grimy and cartoony at the same time.
That's incredible.
Really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful.
I use Substance Painter for the base material, but then I go over everything and I hand draw over everything in GIMP because I love GIMP. GIMP is a great software. Everybody who disagrees, I will punch in the mouth.
I agree.
Rock on. Rock on.
Open source software is the best software, etc.
Yeah.
You did buy that avatar. Yeah, good segue. Everything I make is available to buy. You can go to my website, which is just aces.blue, which is a fucking awesome URL. FYI, just want to shout that out. Yeah, that's it. That's everything I have.
That's a nice Earl you got.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Old white man. Yeah, wonderful work, Blue.
I'm awesome, dude. I put that sign.
Next person up is Down Lyric.
No, it's not. I have the red
Get down, Down Lyric.
I'm here.
So many people.
Hey there, everyone.
Down.
Oh, I'm gonna break it down eventually, but we gotta work our way to that avatar. Oh. All right, so first off, the first avatar I have to show is a two-parter from a recent VR avatar competition that I won, and I'm very proud of that fact. I am Mr. Sears here, as it was a Sears-themed avatar. That was the only one to score a perfect 10 from all 4 judges in the competition. Let's see. However, as a warning, currently the more optimized version is broken. So I will be using the slightly less optimized version for presentation. If you feel that you are struggling with frame rate right now, it may be best to hide certain properties of it. At least for the first part of it, as half of it is fully optimized and half is not. Because it is split between 2 avatars. let's see. So, first off, of course, got to get dressed in my uniform here. Slap on that name tag, put on the tie, and of course, because corporate likes it, glasses to make me look smarter than I am. There's not even lenses in it, but the customers don't know. So first things first, why don't I tell you all a little story? Bring it in a little bit here. Perfect size, get a camp. Alright. I want to tell you about this imaginary place of blue and white. Sales and savings, it's almost a fright. But purchasers beware, don't you be scared. 'Cause Sears has great savings everywhere. Sears, great deals, great prices. Ribbon, can I interest you in a home appliance?
Yeah,
Why don't I pitch it to you? You see that? Alright, you see this clunky off-brand washing machine here? This clunkster, big, takes up space, costs you $50 on Craigslist. Oh yeah, takes up too much space, noisy,
I'm sure it doesn't even have a 10-year warranty.
Yeah, and because you bought it on Craigslist, it's got a demon in it that eats your grandma.
Oh.
It's a problem. You know, versus the Sears Kenmore brand washing machine, guaranteed get a clean load in 40 minutes or less. Spin cycle and rinse cycle with warm wash, hot wash, cold wash, hot cold wash, anything and everything you could take. And I hear you, dear customers, what if I want to get rid of my grandma, as one dear customer brought up to me? Well, this still isn't the machine for you, because it also enjoys left socks. And if you only have right socks, you don't have a pair, and that's just a mess. Better to stick with Kenmore, a brand you can trust. Here we go. Could I interest you to go in store and make a purchase, Ribbon?
Well, you know, the washing machine that you shared, that one's pretty small compared to that industrial-sized beast that I just saw there.
Yeah, but that's a home appliance size, and you know what? I got just the thing for you. Here, follow me.
Have you considered a career change?
So, let's take a look. This is a full 1-to-1 scale of Sears VR, a file that is 1.2 gigabytes in size, compressed to 189 megabytes as a map, and then compressed down to 56 megabytes on an avatar. File that is 2 gigabytes in size, compressed to 189 megabytes as a map, and then compressed down to 56 megabytes on an avatar. Compression on 2 gigabytes in size, and if you're in to 189 megabytes as a map, and then compressed down to 56 megabytes on an avatar. Compression on Complete brand microwave here, Ribbon, if you're in to 189 megabytes as a map, and then compressed down to 56 megabytes on an avatar. Compression on Complete brand microwave here, Ribbon, if you're in to 189 megabytes as a map, and then compressed down to 56 megabytes on an avatar. Compression on Complete brand microwave here, Ribbon, if you're in to 189 megabytes as a map, and then compressed down to 56 megabytes on an avatar. Compression on Complete brand microwave here, Ribbon, if you're in to 189 megabytes as a map, and then compressed down to 56 megabytes on an avatar. Compression on Complete brand microwave here, Ribbon, if you're in to 189 megabytes as a map, and then compressed down to 56 megabytes on an avatar. Compression on Complete brand microwave here, Ribbon, if you're in to 189 megabytes as a map, and then compressed down to 56 megabytes on an avatar. Compression on Complete brand.
Yep, did kill it. That thing consumed way too much GPU.
Alright, well, I guess I'm doing that now. I'm sitting down now. Maybe I can show off.
Alrighty. And it looks a little bit something like this. There we go.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. And she comes and she places me down on the ground.
Big guy.
From her gym. Stands in pose while I say, I am here. I have arrived. Poses with me. For going into a resting position and then observing all of you and watching. Yes. There we go.
I feel like she's looking directly into my soul.
Hello.
I had to reshade her 5 times because she was too magnificent. She was literally a blinding flashbang the first 3 tries.
Why does she fall on my
I made
face?
her too radiant. But
Why does she
now
fall on
it's
my
a
head?
good middle ground.
Oh.
Good fake lighting, good rim lighting, and only proper emission on the hair.
Can you step out of the circle and step back in?
Adding an animation where she can put her
Very
hand down
beautiful.
and she can
No,
pick you
the
up.
voice isn't on.
By the way, for the blink,
I don't hear it because I rejoined because I crashed. Can you step out of the circle and back in? I can't hear you.
I disabled that.
No, he turned off.
I don't
Oh.
hear but very good. It's not that one.
she'll be able to pick
I still don't hear it.
Maybe he grasps,
say
yes.
things. I'm gonna take some clips from the show. I've also got a teleport pad in the works from the show. I've already got it. It's all fully together. It just needs to get animated. It's not prepared yet. And now that the animation,
I don't hear the voice override.
Speaking back to brand dealings. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Slap that name tag on. Put on that tie. You see, this is just retail. But if I put on the glasses and put the streak in my hair, I'm now senior manager around these parts. Now, first things first. Let's get a little bit country here with some royalty-free country music here. Let's see here. Sears was founded in 1884 by John Sears, a man who sold watches in his spare time through the mail. Sears really didn't get its start. I'm just fixing up the truck here on the inside. Until 1924, the peak of the automobile, in which the first open Sears location started. Which has an automobile wing from the start, knowing that you went plumb. There we go. So that you know Sears is a brand you can trust.
Oh, this is amazing.
Suck the truck back in. Delicious.
How can we trust you if we can't see the engine?
I get 8 miles to the gallon now. It's great. Give me a gallon of milk, I'll run 8 miles. Alright. And finally, the finale was my winning move. That was supposed to be my secure victory. I need to see where my my team is. There's my team. Right here. Alrighty. Now that I've got the team here, let me take off the glasses since corporate isn't around. And let me do my thing. So, I'm about to put on a little bit of a show. It's best to be viewed from this direction, this cone area. So if you're on the side, I'd recommend moving into this 120 degree radius. So let's get everything toggled on and prepared. Alright. Alright, here we go. Oh, could you do me a favor, Ribbon? Could you take that light and shine it in this direction? Like in a straight line, not an arc. Directly ahead. Directly ahead, not overhead. Perfect. That'll work perfect. Alright. Here we go. Let's get it going. There we go. Everything to do with Sears. In fact, just for that comment, just for that comment, I'm moving it up because I just realized I need a little more room. Alright. Alright, there we go.
Oh yeah.
I'm sitting in a bad position. This thing is going right in my eyes. But I'm currently in flying mode with the camera, so I don't wanna.
Oh god, the trolley dashes. Sears sells everything.
And this is my prize winning trophy right here.
That's just advertising.
Yes. Yes it is.
Good work.
My big finale performance.
Thank you.
Amazing. Wonderful work.
Hell yeah.
I couldn't do it without my staff. That was my whole retail department team. And that's all I got to show this week. Woo, I need a breather. That was great. Alright. Take it easy, y'all.
Yeah.
Yo, that was
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Cheers! I'm more likely to buy your product.
Plot twist, it was all actually just an ad for the new F-150.
Why did I sign up for the extension?
The new electric.
Another successful.
Yeah. Oh, you giving the money. I keep grabbing this ribbon. Sorry about that.
The collider's messed up. My apologies.
Yeah, VRChat moment.
No, it's just I didn't test this before this. I didn't test much of it. My bad.
Just keep picking it up from a distance, that's it. Sorry.
Next person up is Fraser. Fraser, get down here.
Well, I'm not sure how I'm gonna follow that. Like, everything I've shown now from here on is gonna be dull. Damn. But yeah, I would love to. So yeah, I made this in probably about a week, over 2 weeks, because like I'm working like most of the time. But I thought I would make an avatar as quick as I can and something that I actually enjoy doing. So yeah, here you go. Oh, and there was an error. I cannot seem to put it on. There we go.
Oh.
Yeah, so this cute little furry thing I made in like a week. It has a basic blinking animation. Yeah, that's very good. It's clonable if you want to test it in full body, which I have not yet. So if you can do the legwork for me. It has a nice little hue shader, so I can change the colors. I mean, they're pretty limited on what colors you can choose, but there you go.
Täällä sä näet erilaisia avataria.
And yeah, you can choose another set of feathers. I'm planning on adding a lot more feathers, and I'm planning to make it a lot more optimized. Where this is like the early stages of a work in progress. Can have different. I was gonna add different skins, but I haven't got around to texturing the body of it yet. It uses Poyomi's fur shader. Like, if you can't see it, or if you get close, you can see it. But oh, and you can change the hue of this one too. But this one, the emission on it is quite high. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I appreciate feedback.
That's awesome.
If anybody has it.
It's adorable.
Audio link?
I used the Poyomi cutout. So if you're not showing the avatar, you'll just see the actual mesh instead of the texture cutout, and it'll look really bad that way.
It may be a good
But with the cutout.
to increase the fur length, make it a little fuzzier. It's a bit hard. It's a bit hard to see the fuzz from a distance. He's fuzzy.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was.
Fizz bones and grabbable?
Yeah, they're all grabbable. Yes.
Yeah, enter. Oh, that's fun.
Not by my hands. It's stubby.
They're not stretchable though. I learned my mistake from my previous avatar. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna show. Oh yeah, there's also I also made a mistake, like, because I decided to use a shape key to shrink the other feathers. You can see them like dart out of my body when I move around. Like, they're like really small, but because there's fizz bones, you can see them like little noodles dancing around.
Let's call them whiskers or something. There you go.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, thank you. That's all I have.
Hey,
That's awesome.
good work. You're good.
Favoriting that.
Good.
Cool fella.
Cute little guy, Fraser.
Alright.
Wonderful work. Next person up would be Pixel Player.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? I was told my voice might sound robotic. I swear I'm not using a voice mod if that's the case. And, also, I'm using a pretty old cable, so if I disconnect, I should be back in like a couple seconds. But with that out of the way, I'm here to show off a few avatars of my own. Great, on that note though, they're actually, not original, they're just game rips. But, my whole shtick, you could probably say, is, well, I'm a huge fan of Pokemon. So, given that VRChat allows you to kind of put anything you want in there, I took some models and tried to create as accurate a representation to Pokemon lore as I could with a few of them. Granted, I tried to make them as quest compatible as possible. So not every feature present on some of them. But anyway, the first one I want to show off is the one I'm wearing right now, actually. I see we have a couple of Pokemon fans, in the audience, Petrol. So if anyone doesn't know, Zoroark here is a Pokemon that has the ability to disguise itself as anything. It's not like Ditto where it can actually change its form, it can just make itself look like something. And so, as per the lore, I decided to give this an illusion ability. Disguises itself as a trainer. And I noticed the particles are black. I believe the shader I'm using isn't actually working with the light in here, but that aside, this avatar...
What if the light gets pointed at you? Maybe they show up properly then.
Sorry, hang on, I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
It might work now because the light is pointing at you now.
Oh yeah, let's try that out.
No, still.
No.
Yeah.
Oh well. Anyway, yeah. So this is kind of the deal here. It's actually pretty funny just walking into some place looking like this and just talking to someone, not realizing what they're actually looking at, and then just all of a sudden saying, "Hey, I got a trick to show you," and just reveal that I was not a human the whole time, as per the Pokemon itself. Also, I did give it a sound effect. I don't know if that kind of transmits with the global audio, but I'm gonna give it a shot anyway. That sucks. Oh well. But that's not all I got though. If I just scroll through my list of avatars here, I will pull out something else. Gonna be a bit. I can't find it. Here we go. Okay. So one is another Pokemon. And this is Sandshrew, for anyone else who doesn't know. And one of the great things that Sandshrew is known to do is use a move called Rollout, where it rolls into a ball and just zooms off. So I implemented that pretty smoothly too. I used a blend tree here, and I had to make my own locomotion animations. The rolling is smooth somewhat, but this does allow you to roll in any direction whatsoever, so you can just roll up to like someone else and say, "Hey, what are you doing?" as you're like on flip and ball. Fitting sound effect.
Sonic the Sandshrew. I love it.
Oh god, that's actually a pretty good idea. But this is also quest compatible. I can't really say much more about it other than it's also pretty expressive. and I'm gonna be big here in just a second, so watch out. Yet another one I have is the Pokemon Zekrom. This is a legendary from the 5th generation, and personally one of my favorites. So I kind of went, I wouldn't say all out, but I definitely spared no expense at a lot of details. You can choose to have your tail light up if you would like, in the back. Based on yeah. And I have sound effects as well, so it's like growling, roaring, and stuff. But the main feature of this avatar is its signature move. And for anyone who doesn't know, Zekrom's signature move is Fusion Bolt, which I'm now going to demonstrate. He turns into an electric sphere and just hurls himself at the enemy. What's great about this is that this is also quest compatible, albeit probably not the best performance. This is poor because it has 4 material slots, but that's the highest it'll go. I made my own particle for the electric ball, and I'm also using a stock FX particle effect that I got on the Unity asset store. But as a counterpart to this, I also have Reshiram, which is a bit bigger. But the same mechanic applies, albeit the flame on this tail is a bit more animated because it's fire, so you kind of want that animated. But like I said, same deal, and as I'm going to demonstrate where there's not a lot of people, you can also use Reshiram's signature move, Fusion Flare. But yeah, and it's the same thing. It also has 4 materials. I kind of put a little more work into this one because I wanted to keep it quest compatible. So it has various expressions. You can change your expressions based on what gesture you're making. And it was actually kind of hard to figure out how to do that because I have a second mesh for the flames on the tail, which is how I'm animating it. I'm just using a UV scrolling animation. But what I did for the rest of the body was I made the entire body, aside from the flames, one material by atlasing pretty much every set of eyes onto the main body, and then doing that again, but for overdrive mode, which is why everything is orange. And you know what? Actually, if I do have enough time, which I should, there is one more avatar I want to demonstrate. It's now October. And this is Spirit Tomb. Yes. Yeah, this is Spirit Tomb. Pretty much the ghost of over 100 souls that live in a rock. Not special at first, but if you decide to awaken from the rock, you get a neat little pop-out animation. What's neat about this, aside from that animation, is this entire avatar is rated excellent on the quest as well. It's 1 material slot, and it uses blend shapes for everything. Talking, spinning, coming in another rock. It's honestly the most, if I were to say anything about it, to kind of blow my own horn here, it's the most optimized avatar I've ever made. Granted, it's still a game rip, but, I'm proud of it. And that's all I got.
Hey, well done.
Yeah. For the first avatar,
really
how did you get the
optimized.
2? Did you use constraints for that?
1 material can be hard.
Wait, hang on. Yes, actually, that's actually. Thank you for reminding me about that inevitable. Yes, for this is not constraints. Just want to say that this is not constraints. This is a full-on second armature merged onto a first one. So this is also quest compatible. Thank you for pointing that out.
Second armature, and somehow it's still good.
Awesome.
It's good.
Thank you.
Next person up is Speed 73.
Oh, okay.
I forgot you had a peek.
Hey! Hello! Well, aside from me being Charmeleon right now, I'm gonna turn off my camera because I totally wasn't spying on people like Spectral as I was. Hello. We've had a bit of a camera kabuttle. Pretty fun. You can fly around with it now. Try it out. It's pretty cool. You turn it into a drone.
Only an open beta, by the way.
So, open beta, yeah, sorry about that, yeah, open beta. Well, I guess I'll show off the thing I'm using right now. I don't think I've showed off last time, but it is something I made a whole month ago, and sort of now I'm just ironing it out and making it well, obviously, Pokemon, right? Charmeleon. He's not normally purple. I'm Orpal right now. Evan says I'm a freaking wild carrot or whatever the hell. Screw you. I'd say eggplant. You suck. But so if I want, we go with the original color and correct color. For some reason I'm like, yeah, maybe pink, but nah. This is a bit of a demo model that I have for a system that I wanted to make on here. So I have a bag, and you think like, wow, this is just like a game rip. No. This is a whole model I made, bro. Like, this is a bag from... Why can I... Oh, I have... hold on, I have my own interactions turned off. That's why I can't open it. How do you do that again?
The quick menu options.
Yeah, somewhere in the...
It's called self-interact under avatar. Yeah.
I can open up this bag, and if I'm like, hey, so if I want any of these mystery dungeon, Google, whatever, I want some money, and we got some pokey. Sorry, it's in this hand because I don't know, telekinesis. I can just stick it to this hand. But so if I want, you can just swap it between hands with a little hand puppet. So it's in this one. But nah, I wanna catch in the other, catch in the other. And my idea is a lot of this like little fun stuff I put on here. I wanted to make a bit of a thing I could use in Inevitable's new world. He has a world for all his Pokemon stuff, and he made a mystery dungeon theme, which is really cool. Check it out. Evan's cool, good friend of mine, really good friend. And yeah, but yeah, it's it's really good. So I made this, and yeah. My idea now is, oh yeah, obviously the I'm guessing the eyes are kind of a bold giveaway. I don't think anyone else has really done this with Pokemon, but I figured like, hey, why not give them like 3D eyes? The only one I've ever seen was like that one Lucario that is mildly conspicuous, and ever since I'm like, man, I want to put 3D eyes on something like a Pokemon and see how it goes. And I did, and I'm glad it turned out this way because I wanted to put so many expressions on Charmeleon of all things. I'm like, how the hell can I make Charmeleon look good? I somehow made him like one of the most expressive things I've ever used. I'm gonna put on my own mirror so I can actually see what I'm doing. I'm still getting used to the index, and my index is totally not needing an RMA already after only 3 months of owning it. Okay, so yep, I'm having a lot of issues with it, but that's other news. Anyway, so I got the expressions that I have. I call this one the sneer. He's like, And we got angry. We got my favorite. Wait, if I can do it. Rock and roll and double rock and roll. Rock and roll sucks doing quests. No, not quests. Index. Yeah. I'm not even getting my platforms right. It's not obvious. I'm not too good at presenting, but well, great. Why is it checking up now? Come on. There we go. Come on. Whatever. Expressions on this boy. 3D eyes and whatever. A lot of things that are not in the menu, but I can program it to be in the menu. I've set it up before, and I'm like, maybe I can, maybe won't. Oh, over here. Yeah, Evan, you trying it out? Yeah? Okay. He can do the expressions right. I don't know why I'm bad at it right now. But my left controller has a severe crack in it, so if that has anything to say about it not actually registering rock and roll, then you know what? Yeah, there you go. Oh. Somehow I'm still using it. I don't know how this thing is turning on, but amazing. Anywho, it's not just this Pokemon I want to try. Well, show off. As I was using this boy earlier, this is the last one I showed off. Last model I showed off last Avatar Roundup. This dragon I made. He's awesome. Cool. Completely my design, completely my boy, everything. But, oh wait, I pulled out the wrong one because I have a secondary. I have 2 models of this. I uploaded a new one because over this past month, I have, even though I promised this would go on VRChat in like, well, no, not VRChat. Booth in like a week. Also, I got a spot in VRChat for this boy, so it'll be cool. But promised to go on booth in the week. I have not been doing that because I've been busy with a school project because I'm taking game art. And let me clone to that one. Unfortunately it's 80 whole megabytes, but I swear there's a reason for that because I put a school project on this, and that's after Unity compression. Because when you export from Substance Painter, it doesn't really understand what to do. And why am I? Oh, and I'm an error model. Ooh. Hold on, back to Charmeleon. Okay. See if I can actually load into it now. I know it's downloaded. Oh wait, no it's not because I removed the collision. And I turned it on. Okay, hold on a second. Turn it off. Not that button. Turn it off. There we go. So, if that was a bit of a spoiler, I made an entire space station and we did it for school based off one image that I would give credit to, but it was on Pinterest, so the credit is like, I don't know where the hell it is. Pinterest is great for piracy. But professor's like, hey, take an image from here, make it in 3D, and it was some 2008 render. I think I have the guy's DeviantArt, but I wish I put the image on here. This is kind of a rush last minute, but I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna place it, so hopefully this will work. Try this out. And there you go. You can actually like walk around it and everything. It is not registering with my mirror, but there you go.
You're seeing a different avatar than what's actually.
Yeah,
being
I
shown.
had the fallback. I just showed it.
This is very this thing is, yeah, it is, yeah. Man. There you go, futuristic healthcare. Yeah, but all this, I had to model from scratch everything here. So, all this is textured in Substance Painter. It was about 2 weeks for the actual like work in just the modeling and then the UV unwrapping. And
Get on the circle.
But figuring out everything else. Okay, sorry about that. I can't see the circle. Let me turn this thing off. But yeah, if get your screenshots while you can. If you want to bring it back out, I will. I think this is a circle because this is the highest part in the map. There we go. Okay. Well, yeah, I made that for school. I figured I'd show it off. Threw it on a model, not the best, but that was meant for Unreal Engine, not Unity, so trying to mess with all the textures and getting it all okay is, Unreal's a nightmare. Like, do you know that they don't even have shaders? Like, you have to use everything like it's a spaghetti code. Like, you have to use nodes to get something to look good. You can't just slot in a texture. It's like you're doing it in Blender. It's weird. Not even Blender, because Blender has slots. I don't know. Unreal's cool. I don't know how the hell you work with it, but it looked really good. I know that much. Well, anyway, aside from that, I figured I'd show something else off. So the second red fella I want to bring out is this low poly model. I think I had it open like last time, but okay, I think it's the one called Fizzbone Test. I think it's this one. So ignore the my horrible naming here because this has no fizz bones. Rather, I constructed a system like this is like the start of the year, and I found out a way to polish it, which I will share in a moment. But I have always wanted some kind of way to use like have an avatar have something else on it that's like controllable, or you've seen that person has the drone prefab, right? You can just put it on a model, have it on your wrist, it comes off your wrist. It's beautiful. You can move it around. But one thing that's lacking about it, which is still an issue on my part, is it doesn't really sync up correctly. And I will explain how I figured that out in a bit. But what I've done here is instead of a drone, I'm like, you know, I like cars. So what I made is I have a little RC car right here. I can drive around. Problem is it's not in the same location that everybody else's place, but this is the Toyota from Revolt, if you ever played that.
Yeah, I recognized the model instantly.
Yeah, apologies for it kind of being... yeah. It's not that clunky. Sometimes it's... yeah.
I'm gonna shoot a firework rocket at it.
Other car that I have for demoing this. Here's my boy the Pfizer from Wipeout. I love this thing. Amazing model. I found like a 2K texture of this thing. I'm like, oh my god, no way. But if you have also side note, if you have a PSVR or if you can get a PSVR, play fucking Wipeout. Play Wipeout. It's the best VR game I've ever played in my life. Not even on God. Anyway, aside from that shill, I will explain a bit of the system because I want to also say my reverse engineering of what I've discovered to be like base station tracking with fizz bones and contacts and everything, and well, specifically the receivers, whatever that stuff is called, contact receiver, contact sender, yeah, that stuff. How this works is you have the Well, you can't actually apply velocity onto VRChat's models. How it works instead is by using a parent constraint or a constraint of the sort, you can effectively, if you put a parent constraint on a child object and then parent that parent constraint to the parent, and then say you want to move the child, it will always remain in the same location, therefore moving the parent, therefore having a flat zero. So you can effectively add distance to something, which is kind of like emulating velocity. And depending on how you set up your controller, if I'm to move this into drive mode and, you know, spin it and move it back and forth and everything, that's how you're adding velocity, is you're putting a value into the child, and the child is going back and forth or rotating in which way. It's a bit confusing, and I'm trying to understand how to polish it, but the problem here is actually getting it to sync. Because you're relying on Fizzbone... No. What am I saying? Parent constraints, yeah. I'm thinking of Fizzbones because the one thing I did put a Fizzbone is on the nose because I figured it'd be funny, but I hate it. Anyway, so effectively by adding this fake velocity, you're moving it around. But as it's on a parent constraint, it's kind of reliant on the... I think it's like the active frame rate of everybody. So for some people, well, the ship is right there for me. It might be over there. It might be over there. Might be clipped through the ground somewhere. I don't really know. But wherever it might be for you, that's a problem, right? What I've figured out how you can fix this is if you were to use contact senders and receivers, wouldn't there be some kind of a way to use the positional value, or the stretch factor, not the stretch factor, but proximity value, yes, proximity value. Wouldn't there be a way to tie the float on an X, Y, and Z axis so you can determine where something is and effectively sync it across the network? In other words, like base stations. If you set up poles for your X, your Y, and your Z, you can, in theory, make an entire coordinate tracking system. And I have done just that with, of all things, an X and Y system, just to get a book writable on that one dragon of mine. And I'll pull it out. And I know the system works in Unity, but for some reason it does not work in VRChat, even though it's VRChat's own system. So I'm trying to iron out what's happening, but in this little book I have in my hand, I showed this off last time. I was saying I was getting it to work, and I finally figured out the system. Look, and ignore that. Ignore my magical burst, please. Schizophrenia or something. I don't know. Mental disorder, indeed. But here we go. So this here is supposed to be syncing across this page and the first page, I think. Oh shit, it's working! Yo! Yeah! Sorry, I'm freaking out. It's working! Hold on, get this on camera.
Well, it's just black pages because cameras, right?
Is that camera? I need to show... Okay, this is that coordinate system I was talking about. Look at this. Look at how this is following the book. Look at that. Ignore my shitty sketch, because this is the very first drawing I had of my boy. But, oh yeah, sorry, cameras are friends only, but I'll explain how this works so you can, yeah. Well, I'm freaking out because it's working, and if you want one of my friends to confirm, I have Juice Friended, so you can check that out, or Dalton, Evan, or Peep himself. Look at that. Look at this. It's moving. It's following the tip of the pen. I've been trying to do this. I've been trying to do this for 4 months. It works. It works. I love you, man. I love you, man. I don't see shit. Like a mad scientist here, man. I don't know anymore. Well, aside from my struggle, ignoring my struggle, I have gotten this thing to work, and clearly this is a possibility. You can use base station tracking, X and Y. What I've set up here is if you want to see what I've done, you can pop open your Fizzbone, whatever the thing, overlay, config, avatar overlay, contacts, yeah. So you see some giant orbs that are on the book, one for X, one for Y. One stretches the edge of the paper, then one stretches the other edge of the paper. And you're thinking, why the hell are they so big? Why are they so spherical? Or cylinder, whatever. You have to kind of rely on cylinders, so you can't just have boxes, whatever. But one end of the paper reads X, one end of the paper reads Y. And depending on where it is, I can say, hey, this is where the pen is, this is where the pen is here. And I also want to explain why I'm doing this. Below the map, just to be able to actually write on this thing and make a whole writing system, I had to put a camera below the map that is then using a render text to project the current thing on here, and then depending on which paper, it will just like switch with its position. But whatever, I'll do that later. But effectively a system that allows you to project a point from you actually touching this thing in both hands, and it being stable in one spot and keeping your live textures. You can write in the book, switch pages, and then write something here, switch pages, and see what you just drew still there. The only way it would actually reset is you just turning on and off the model or hitting reset avatar, stuff like that. A lot of nerdy things that I absolutely love to do because I feel like I can break the way that VRChat works in some crazy effectiveness. Like I want to reverse engineer the systems to make something that I can have a lot of fun with. I apologize for the I made a magical fire option on this and kind of spastic, but and I don't know why the audio chops out. I'm still trying to figure that out because VRChat changed its audio, and I was that kind of dude from like 2018 who put a bunch of audio sources on things to like make loud sounds because loud equals funny, right? But I don't know. I don't really know about the new avatar system, so with audio, but yeah, but something's with, I don't know, the audio's choppy on my end, which is not good. Whatever, but yeah, really? How is it smooth for you? But what? Maybe it's something with my settings. I don't know. Well, yeah, that's sorry for me freaking out there, but I've been trying to do this stupid little coordinate system for forever. And in theory, if you have X, you have Y, you can factor in Z. So you can factor in a position, so you can then sync that car so it's in every single location for everybody. And you might be able to sync it, just with physics alone. And I've been told, okay, just use fixed joint. But fixed joint, like, no, I'm not doing that. So until VRChat adds like whatever they're working on with constraints on Quest or their own constraints, so they can actually work. I've heard there's work about that, so that'd be amazing. I can't confirm it, but I did hear from a friend. If they are doing that, that might just replace the entire stupid system I made here. But it's been a struggle for me and my mentality. But aside from that, I'm happy. I just made a new discovery because apparently it just works, but you guys don't see it. Hey, Lamau. One more thing that I made a little bit of a note here to show off. What was it? Oh, yeah. I want to bring up the first fella that I showed off when the very first one that I actually went to of these Avatar Roundups, which was like a whole 2 years ago at this point. Well, Blue Aces, I'm not sure where you are, but it was your avatar that reminded me of that, because you made a whole steampunk thing, and I've been wanting to make a dude that's kind of in that sort of style to accompany this model of mine. I made this robot a while ago for my friend Corny Nacho's Poly Square. He made this entire model Rama, and like, okay, I'm gonna grind this out, and then I was working on it, and he made an exception for me to continue it later after the month expired because I was interrupted by of all things, a fucking Mr. Beast competition that I effectively won. Amazing. Look up the video on YouTube. Not even lying about that, I did. But modeled it, and I don't know, won the model armor, so cool. 2 competitions at once. Model armor is more important than the money, I swear. Because this is cool. Art is timeless, money is not. And if you have this this fella, ignore the constraints, because I tried doing something to keep this robotic. 2 years ago, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I could turn on the robotic constraints, but then it just kind of makes me look weird. Full body doesn't like it. But, I don't know. There are other things I can consider with IK now that I figured out. It was my buddy, I think it was Mr. M, something like that? Someone like that. Someone I met. I believe it was their name. They had some... Yeah, PBR. Like PBR, but this fella, cool. Aside from the robotic husk, he's a bit expressionable. Made little icons for his head, holographic projections to go with his eyes. And I feel like this is old news at this point, but whatever. Half of you probably haven't even seen this boy, so here you go. But yeah, Blue Ace is his thing. I'm not sure if I see you around, but wherever you might be. Yeah, that your whole steampunk is to say model, I guess, reminded me of that, the whole Borderlands style. And I want to make a guy kind of like this to accompany this guy. Like, my idea is some kid out there rebuilt this robot after he was like a whole battle robot, and he just found him in the trash and was like, all right, you're my friend now. We're having soft tacos later, you know, stuff like that. But actually, you know what? I'll end it on this. I will end it on this. So I revamped this model. I have not shown this one off, but you might have seen it at Spookality for last year. And it's a spooky season, so I can show it off. I revamped him, and I made what I figured was the past version of the robot. I call that one Robot Rivet, this one is Torque, and this guy is just a metalhead, like a killing machine, like someone who you do not want to mess with. Like, you know, it's a battle robot, so he doesn't really have sentience, but, you know, one day he goes rogue and he's like, oh, and just kills a man or something. That's what throws him into the dump. I don't know. I haven't thought of it, but I want some kind of violence, because, you know, spooky and scary, and now I just need the skeletons, but I don't know. Cool things. We have weapons. I can... Totally didn't take that from TF2 Pyro. And we have saw blade. This one's pretty cool. I can take out this little saw blade on my hand and be like... And then I think about it, it's very tiny for a robot as big as me. Ignoring that, retract it back into my arm. And even the little spike on my tail, the mace, control that too. Swing it around, everything. And you might see this emits smog, and it also has this ability of like backfire at its horns. My idea was it was to have like, because he has a giant engine in him of diesel, he has to have some kind of like a output. You know, like the back of, you look at any RX-7 and you're like, it just goes crazy. But I figured that having this bit of a feature on him would be nice, and it's not the most polished audio clips. Audio's a bit weird, and then the textures don't align all the time, but one of my nuances is deriving my own project, but there you go. My favorite feature on this boy, though, but everybody agrees, is... Hi, camera. Hello, hello! Okay, over here. So, aside from that, I have Big Eye mode, and this is just... Turn those little holographs into... Ooh.
You turned it the wrong way around the camera.
I did? Damn it! Which way is it? This way? Hello? Hi! It's alright. Don't be worried. It's okay. But, yeah, big eyes. You look around. Well, dubiously, this boy Spectral over here likes to challenge me to a staring contest whenever I have this. I always lose. But we also have X's for the eyes, Mads, and I just had a lot of fun with this. And somehow I churned this out in just 3 days because I took that long of time to... Well, that much stalling was... I just grabbed this thing by accident again. Okay. But I still... Yeah, it's okay. I gesture a lot with my hands, bro. I did do it again. Okay, we're ignoring that. Camera's just... Yeah, wherever. Anywho... Yeah, this took me like 3 days, only because I was like, hey, I'm gonna do it later. This project first, I'm gonna play this game first. And I had, stalling moment. Not artist block, but just I'm like, I could do it now, I could do it later. Yeah, thank you. You need a cameraman, that'd be nice. But, yeah, eyes, everything, mechanism, toggles, what is this stuff again? Oh yeah, I have the constraints on here again. This is what it's kind of supposed to look like, except no, because full body breaks it. But everything else in between, this model's pretty good. Got me, I think 5th place. No, my buddy Marino got 4th place in Spookality. And then this was number 5. So I was really happy to at least get top 10. That was actually really, really happy about that. It's awesome. I just love how people are seeing the stuff I make, and that's just something I love. And yeah, back to this fella. This is my current project. The one I'm working on a lot, and I don't know, aside from a commission I'm doing right now of literally a yokai watch character, this has been the boy that's been a grind for so long. And it's not the art that's been the thing, it's been all the stuff in between, all the Unity garble. Once again, all the, making the wand do wand things, like I wanted to actually do magic, but I probably just scrapped that and turned this into a prop that can do this. Totally didn't take this spinning idea from Evan yet again.
Your dragon model keeps reminding me of Spyro.
I love that compliment so much. Dude, I'd do anything if I were to work on a Spyro game or something. That has been the game of my childhood, and I didn't even try with this. I'm just like, I love dragons so much, and oh my god. I love that. Dragon D's indeed. But no, I grew up with Spyro. Dude, when that remake was announced, I was just like, no. I saw the trailer. I'm like, no way, dude. I remember all the little purple eggs coming out and like, hey, check this out, IGN. We sent this to you. Something mysterious is brewing. That has so code name. I'm nerding out about this, but look, I love that. Thank you for that. That gives me so much joy. Oh my god. But yeah, my dragon. And he is clonable if you want to check him out. I saw a few other people cloning him, but if you want to check him out later, please do. Because I should have, a long time ago at this point, put him on booth. I have not, because I'm not satisfied with everything. And I'm like, okay, I can, but then I'm going to promise to add things later. And then I want to make a bit of a video saying, hey, here's how you do it. But I'm totally not going to take that video seriously. But I'm just going to make a bit of a, because I don't trust someone just to buy it on booth and be like, I know what to do. I feel like they're going to have some issues, and I'm like, okay, I want to explain that and have an opportunity to have fun with the video and just edit it like a shitpost. But I'm crazy, as you can tell. And that's everything from me. Sorry for all the rambling, and aside from me freaking out like a mad scientist, I am one inside. So, yeah, thank you. This is awesome. And Ribbon, your camera's good. Don't be worried about it.
It sucks right now. It'll be better next month.
Hey. Hello, everyone. I'm not sure how I'm gonna top that one.
You can't.
Man. I wasn't saying it like that. How are we all doing today? I have a few avatars to show up here. Just 3, or technically 4, maybe. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I'm Indigo. This is my first time coming to one of these events, to be honest. Kind of came here by accident, following Peep. But yeah, this is my boy here named, just my regular avatar that I usually use, and I usually specialize in cartoon mayhem. Peep over here, if he will be so kind. I have plenty of bags here from my hat, such as mallets, maces, fishes, hands, pans, shovels, baseball bats, stop signs, crowbars, wrenches, golf clubs, rubber chickens, mailboxes, spatulas, axes, tennis rackets, pickaxes, swords. I don't know what this one is. Nor do I know what this one is. And what the heck is this thing? I also have these. And speaking of boxing gloves, actually. Always a classic. We also have here my own fists. And of course, some good old some of that was I also, of course, what kind of cartoon character would not be complete without some good old dynamite? Thanks. Everybody loves the dynamite, they say. I can also detonate that in my hand, of course. Fun fact about that texture here, this is actually the one from Cuphead when it blows up in game. And I was able to get that out and actually reanimate it. Oh, I'm talking about the boom effect, my friend.
Wait, it changes between saying boom and blast?
I also have, yep. Sorry to blow up the audience. Let me toss it that way. Of course, I also have cannons.
Boom.
I have basically what I call the carpet bomber.
Can you shoot that again?
Then it comes back. Sure thing. I of course also have this gosh darn thing, which is technically a new. Apologies about that.
So much stuff.
It might be. I also have revolvers, shotguns, Tommy guns, good old fashioned ray guns. Hey, this isn't mine either. I'm getting there. I'm pretty sure that one's not mine either. Sniper rifles, double shotties, flamethrowers, and of course what I love to call the grand finale. Don't try this at home, folks.
It is a reference from the last. Excellent.
Yep, I also have an Acme portable hole gag. Sometimes it works. Oh, in this world it's working. Wonderful. So, if I really wish, I can go in Viz and then just pop it out.
Oh.
And of course, I was already showing off hat tricks like the, the hose and the boxing glove. That was really great. But I also have popcorn from the wonderful Hoy's Tech guys. Would you like some, my friend? I've been using you. Never gets old. I can also let go of my hat. I can go completely hatless because obviously I also have a propeller mode, and this is done with the funny lighter thing you can put on the feet and then just swell out. And also that works with a grappling hook as well.
I feel like we're dealing with Inspector Gadget.
Yeah. More like a Bugs Bunny. I also, of course, carry anvils on me, cement blocks, 1-tons, saves, pianos, TVs. Anyone want to look on the front of this for a moment? Yeah. If you can.
Oh my god.
Always a classic. Always. And of course, what I also it's kind of desynced for everyone, so I must admit, you might not get the right part, but yep. We also, of course, have my favorite, the Giga Anvil.
Oh god.
In the anvil.
Yeah.
Can you
I
use
also
that
have
one
my
again?
cane Here, which, that one, yeah. My cane here, as you can see, you can spin, gets a few tricks. I can put it in multiple positions. I can also, of course, if anybody's recognizing the end of this. But also the effects on some of these are randomized, as you may notice, using the what is it? The CFX particle pack. They had a thing there that I could randomize it, but most of it is Cuphead sprite-ish. Ooh. Also, some of these texts are changed. For example, on the mailbox, it actually has different onomatopoeias, which is one of my favorites. Spammed in here, as you can see. My favorite, I think, that I did for the text here is the stop signs. Let's see. I got more. I got an air dash that I can use colliders with. I have a dice roller from a cool thing that it's a prefab, but it's pretty neat. Oh, there's something with this hammer that I can do, which is I can extend it. So if he's very far away, I can hit him there. Or, well, you know what they say about people with giant mallets. It's true. And people, would you be so kind as to grab my arm for a moment if you can? You know what they say about us rubber hose folk. And Peep, while you're doing that, could you do me a favor and just shake my hand casually for the folks to hear?
This guy.
I have 3 different modes for this. I have that, I have a green version, and of course, I have what I like to call Kentucky Fried. I have pie, of course. I have a paintbrush here using the fun prefab that I forget their name at the moment, but basically you can draw it and then grab it. It's pretty neat. I really like what that person did. I believe so, you're right. We also have here a fishing rod. We have here something that I got from my a lot of these props are from Multiverses, so this was one of them. I also recently got the Hoytex thing that's pretty neat. The trombone that they released recently. We have here a white flag, we have here a phone. Where is it? Oh, this thing, my cardboard cutout.
Oh, where'd he go?
What? One moment. Good question. I don't know where that chap went. Devilish looking fellow. Let's see here. I have a... Hmm?
Where'd you go? Kitchen sink?
Good question. Yep, this one is from Toontown. And if I sit in it, I can actually drive this thing. I'm very happy. And of course, Peep, one more thing, come here. Well, not really one more thing, but you get the idea. Now then, as we say, that's it. Get over here, you. And out of here. Man, that must be painful for that guy. We also have some more subtle things, so I don't know where a camera would be right now.
It's down here in front of you.
Wonderful. We also have some just simple face gestures like subtle happiness, subtle anger, subtle sadness, confused, mischief. This one's really fun for me, and it's obviously a reference to a particular other person who wears a hat. We have excited, we have depressed, we have sass, we have disappointed, we have fear, we have in awe, we have lost in thought, which is actually a particle effect above my head. We have steaming rage.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about this is, as you may notice, I also have some facial gestures on my hands. So the cool thing here, if I have the ones that change the face, I can also use the ones on my hands here to change them up a bit, to give them a little more personality, which is really nice. We also, of course, have hello noise. With the beating hearts. We have drunk. We have musical notes, or whoops, there they are. We have a fine grin, I would say. Never done anything wrong. And of course, we have a good old-fashioned knockout. And if I do a finger point here, we have a quick thing for bonked. I probably shouldn't say that on stream now, shouldn't I? We have and then these ones, which these ones are a little funky, to be honest. Basically just little things that appear above my head and stuff. Sizing is a little weird on other people's ends, apparently. So I'm unsure about that at the moment, but I'll figure it out. We also have here basically the different locomotion system, which is using Hat Kid's locomotion, and then the regular one as a toggle. We have basically this. I appear to have burst into flames. And that's something, folks. smoking. And of course, just different skins that I think look neat here. Black and white, Technicolor as I call it, even if it's just a different flavor. Formal, which, you know, always good to have. Pajamas, battle damaged, and yeah, pretty much. And then I just have the funny emote system that, you know, people have. And that's mostly him. I think I do have other outfits for him, but those are on separate avatars, which maybe I'll show off at a different time. But yeah, that's my boy Indigos, I believe I've called him. And of course, one more for Peep. Now, moving on. I have here 2 more avatars. These ones are more game rips than they are, good old him. For example, we have Rick from Rick and Morty. So, yep, good old Rick. I plan to make him public eventually. I just don't know when. But he's got a few cool features. I guess I'll get the skins out of the way. They're pretty neat. Just some standard ones. I can't really do much with you know. But I think my favorite thing that I've ever put on a model or developed, honestly, is this particular thing, the portal gun. For those who are familiar with the show. And it has some cool things you can do with it. For example, I could either fire it at that wall over there, or not. There we go. A little odd. Or I could fire it at a invisible cube that is linked at the end of this portal gun, which will put it right in front of me. And I can also adjust said cube, for example, so I can just move it way over there, just so in case I don't want to walk into it immediately. I also have the ability to set the cube down in world. So say I fired it right there, roughly. Let me see. If I get this set up, I can... That way I can just have one where it just goes off into nowhere. I can also enter said portal, but that'll just do the toggle invis. There was also another thing that was working for a moment, but it's not working this update, so I'm a little sad. Peep, can I borrow you for a moment again? Wonderful, thanks. Ever beat somebody with a grandson? Move. There we go again. I specialize in a lot of, I guess, weapons. Maybe. I got a ray gun here that's pretty nifty. It has 2 separate modes for it. I have a ice gun, which I must admit, it's a little laggy, but it's only if I fire so much of it in one spot.
Oh.
Yep. We also have here the other ray gun, and the cool thing about this, other than that, I can. Oh yeah, Sci-Fi Arsenal should credit that. It can be dual weld, so I can just start. Sometimes you just need a little bit of a extra kick. Speaking of extra kick, we have a gun that I'm still trying to figure out what to do with it, but for now it just fires this. I have here this beautiful thing it's just called plasma gun in here because I have no official name for it yet, but it has 2 separate modes. We have here a good old-fashioned plasma rifle shot, and well, I gotta say this one's a bit bright, so just know that. A little bit of madness never hurts anyone, they say. We also have just a plasma gun, you know, shotgun basically. Has a different mode, more condensed shot. It's using the same thing as the ray gun basically, and a mining beam thing.
What are you mining for?
Not sure yet. What's up? Got it. We also have here a bubble shield. It's kind of weird. I'm not sure if it's fully showing up. It is Halo 3. We got of course, a flask. We have some science stuff. You know, just generic little props to, I guess, help out with this whole thing. And then also a jetpack that works off the similar system I've used for the propeller hat on the other model. We have here a syringe gun, basically. We have here, I'm not sure what it actually is. We have a Nintendo 3DS for anybody who gets this gag. This one's the deep cut, to be honest, on the other model.
What was even on
let's
it?
see. Oh, Metopia. It's
Oh.
really special there. We have this sketchpad model I found for Rick's garage that I can just spawn. So it's a low poly. It's very hard.
That's a garage.
Yep. We also have the spaceship from Reality I can spawn up. So voila. There's also chairs in there for anybody who wants to sit down. You know. And of course, if I
You parked it on top
Yep,
of the
and
Jeep. What have you done?
whoops. Oh no. Oh. Heap. He'll be fine. See, look, he got it.
Just
it.
use the syringe on him.
Where's my guns? Where's my guns?
Oh.
Yeah, got him. Rick's relatively simple, all things considered. I'm very happy with him. I did make a Morty, but he's kind of still work in progress. He's probably gonna have very similar things. Let's see. I can show off here Sonic. Somebody mentioned Sonic earlier, so I figured why not. This here is Sonic, classic Sonic, basically. If I may. Let's move this down a little bit. Or up there. Cool. So interesting thing you mentioned with the 3D eyes thing. I thought about that, and you know, I did that for Sonic here as well, where in game, basically how it's done is that they move a 2D sprite along, and you know, so in VRChat that doesn't necessarily work. I mean, it probably does. I just haven't cracked that code yet, and so I did.
Let you do it.
Yeah, I think I've dabbled with one a long time ago, but it wasn't really well done. So I decided, screw it, I'll make the eyes 3D. I also adjusted his proportions, fixed, you know, added the more blue. I changed the shoes completely because why not? And he's got a few abilities of his own. He's one of my favorites, I must admit, when it comes to avatar making. Let me make sure that the ability... Okay, good. The sound is on. Because I also have a toggle to turn all the sound off, just in case, you know. We have here a good old ring you can spawn out. I can spawn out a spinnable version. Pete, punch me in the face, please.
Thank you.
We have a Chaos Emerald, which has the cool thing, you can turn the color of it to any of the ones from the game itself. We have here a signpost, basically. No particle on it yet, so I can't thwack a peep yet.
Does it twirl?
Not yet. I've been working on trying to figure that out. I have a chili dog here. I can also let that go for anybody who wants it. I have here a spring, which, cool thing, you can actually hit it. So, Peep, if you jump on it for me. It does not do anything like propelling people upwards, but, you know, pretty neat. It does have a sound at least. We have here a monitor from the game, and that is Sonic's sprite from Good Old Mania, and a scrolling background so that it can basically look seamless. But we also have here a ring monitor, a shield monitor, a water monitor, water shield monitor. There we go. Electricity shield monitor, and of course a fire shield monitor. And the cool thing about that is that I can do those, but we'll get to that later. We have here the last thing in the props menu, of course, just the car from the 90s game, because why not? Might as well. It can be driven as well if I hop in. So now we're on to the actual abilities. Actually, the car itself is from Sonic. I believe it's Sonic Racing on mobile. It was actually very hard to get. No. Mobile as in iOS, I believe. But moving on. Peep, if I could borrow you again, as this one requires actual things. I'm so sorry for all the peep abuse today, by the way, folks.
No peep was harmed in the making of this meetup. A roundup.
Yeah, you got a point. So basically one of the things I can do is Sonic's classic, like, okay, so just to be clear, here's the normal jump, here's Sonic. And then I can also curl up into a ball, hit him. I can do the spin dash, and then... Now, the cool thing about all that speed stuff, I have a thing specifically so Sonic can actually move quickly. Now, I'm going to be honest, a little too quickly for myself, so... And of course, a even faster one, because... And of course, another version of that was... I really like moving fast. What can I say? It's specifically a collider. Yeah, basically similar. How do I word this? Basically, you can set a collider under your feet, in Invis 1. And that will basically, I think, propel your avatar. But the speed version is basically the similar, but instead of the cube stops here, but it's a rectangle ending somewhere that way. And depending on how far that is, that will basically determine how it goes. I also have, of course, fist colliders, because I really just don't know. I have a problem, I think. And of course, there's also a trail version, so, you know, helps people see better. Which also means I can, have it go on the feet and everything. Pretty neat. We have here the numerous shields, like I mentioned earlier. The shield, the water one, the fire one. I can't see out of this, to be honest with you. The lightning one. We have a tornado effect, because why not? This one is pretty neat. What else? We have here... basically, so, like I mentioned with the whole locomotion toggle, I can also toggle the one from Sonic's game. So I can actually do the, like, running and everything, you know. I also have here a variety of, like, mid-air moves I basically can do. Which, you know, a bit hard to show off. And, Alright, 1 second, I have to... There we go. I basically have a toggle for this, because those are the transforms, and it's always good to have a safety, at least for those. So I can do this one, which is from the movie. It's not something he can normally do, I just wanted to put it on here because it's funny. But, we have here Supersonic. We have also Hypersonic. And also a cool thing where I can trigger the flight locomotion thing, so it can actually... We also have here some facial expressions, but not as, I guess, intense as my first boy. I think sass here is also still a favorite of mine. and of course death. We also, since I made the eyes 3D, I can basically, you might have already saw him blinking a little bit, but he also has different types of blinkings for better control over the eyes, which is always something I need more of on my avatars, to be honest. And some animations that were ripped from Sonic Generations directly, like the good old one here. And pretty much that's it for Sonic. I guess if I were to quickly show off one more thing, really that's going over my time frame here, but it's fine. But going back to that one funny boy for a moment. Ah, shucks. Thank you. So just a small thing, admittedly, but on this version of the avatar, which, as you know, is a TF2 nod with his soldier outfit, I have good old TF2 guns.
So where's the fence with all the heads?
Pretty much. I didn't hear you, Peep. What'd you say? Oh, I'll hold back for a moment. Any moment, folks. Fun fact about this particle effect, it is also a Cuphead sprite. I feel like I'm almost being cruel and unusual right now, Doc. But, you know. Are you sure?
Is that an Australian pan?
Yes, that is an Australian frying pan. Yeah, no, it's just mostly TF2 items on here. I say mostly, I couldn't find direct everything, but like, you know, most. Wait, no, not that one. There it is. But, which if I toggle this with the air dash, it puts on the shield, now I can demo Knight. And I'm gonna be honest, I think I'm out of everything. Huh? Yeah, that's a bit of a crazy thought. I might be using the TF2 valve weapons. It's fine.
Market gardener. Oh god.
Okay. I think I've taken up enough time here with that final hit from Peep.
You've somehow made the shading better than TF2 itself. Like, how do you do that?
Oh. Okay, so the funny thing here is, this particular skin version is, because admittedly, I'm usually in this variant of it. This is actually a skin mod for TF2 I want to actually really call out. It is it's called Badlands. It's basically a Borderlands mod for TF2. It's really fucking cool. Oh, it's night now. Oh, I didn't do that one.
My apologies, I calibrated and touched the button.
There was one final thing to show on Indigos, because I'm full of tricks apparently. Just one last one though. It's actually one I saved because it's one that I am still working on, arguably. I call it reality warping, which is, you know, I will be honest, it's a bit a doozer on the eyes. That's a sentence. I'm going to use the black and white. Most prominent on here then. Okay, ready? So if with a cool thing here, I can basically use a welcome to a black and white paradise.
There's hairs on my screen.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Yeah. Sorry about that. But you can also see I can set that down.
There's the gunpowder.
You can also observe that. I also have a control over it. It's a little finicky.
I'm emo.
And peeps Alrighty, folks. I would like to say thank you again for letting me on stage. Admittedly, I've been kind of. I've never been to one of these properly to really show off the avatars that I make. I basically just do VRChat role-playing, which you can attest to for me. But still, it is a pleasure to make you acquainted.
Say the line.
That's all, folks. One more thing.
I don't know how you put so much in one model, bro.
It's not showing it properly with what length they pulled it at for me.
Craziest thing, this is only 35 megabytes. Crunch compressed, please.
Oh, it's not even doing that properly right now for me at all. It's just showing max distance constantly whenever you pull it. Yeah, just max distance. Every time you try to pull it, I just see max distance.
Piano. So glad I came to this one. This was amazing. My feet hurt from standing.
Now I see it.
My tracking's weird, so I can't sit. I've been sitting the whole time. Man.
Yeah, that was cool. Oh, that was so much fun. Thank you all for sharing and being here and yeah, this was nice. So if anyone has feedback on the world, it's been updated visually. I still need. I wrote down quite a few things that I need to fix, but if there's anything that any of you individually notice that could be improved, just let me know. Oh, what's up?
Having a toggle, a special toggle to remove, to not be able to touch the camera at least. Like
Juice. Yeah, Juice mentioned that in the Discord channel. So, yeah, I'm definitely gonna add that.
I'm thinking maybe you should have a screen over here too, so the people sitting over there can look at a screen. Yeah.
I tried. I don't know. I thought it looked better, but it doesn't work functionally. So I wrote down that to add a screen back over there.
Yeah.
All right.
Toggle for camera pickup.
That was just said.
Oh. Yeah.
Maybe a bit of a,
ability for me to hide the visibility of this camera.
Wait. Yeah. Don't interrupt.
I know there have been some people who have joined and then just talk like, "What's going on in here?" Like maybe put a sign that just says, "Hey, quiet area" or something like that. You know, presentation in progress.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it should be obvious, you know.
Yeah, but some people just they do before they.
Oh yeah. I know of folks who have like this notification system. Perhaps I could embed that into the world. Yeah, I'll write that down. That's a good idea.
Isn't that what Squid has?
Mm-hmm.
Use it. Okay.
Yeah. Good idea.
You just want Ribbon to go to bed, huh?
I hope I get some sleep this weekend. What's up, Pete?
Okay, one more thing. Sorry. Maybe have a toggle to disable the roof. So when somebody wants to sit something far away, they can do that.
The roof is gone. There is no roof.
Oh, I see.
There used to be a roof. Now there is no roof because people wanted no roof.
I'm calling you out.
What?
I'll kill you. My analyzer analyzes
that
skybox. That's a big sphere.
Oh well. The previous one was a skybox on a cube. This time I just added it to a sphere because I don't know, I thought it looked cute. So there's really no difference. I don't think they're gonna have
a rocket ship to get up there in a good 5 minutes, but it's there.
Oh man.
Even my white diamond can't get up to it. It's so big. But there's a ceiling, damn it.
Oh yeah, that's actually good. Knowing that that's big enough to fit, that's good.
Yeah, no, that's that big. That's good.
This soldier's having a fun time with these targets. He thinks it's like Smash Melee or something, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. So for next time, I would like some way to hide the visibility of this object in my camera. Or for me entirely.
To
Hide the
hide the
visible
camera.
object. No, disabling the visible object of the camera.
Why do you want to disable seeing it?
Because it's getting picked up.
Small.
Yes, but it's actually visible on the camera when I fly around with it. Oh, that liked me.
Then look around. I don't think that that's such a big issue to.
It's not, but I was just
hide the
wondering.
visibility of that camera. No, I don't want to do that.
Mm.
That's a pretty particle effect you got there, Speed.
Oh, yeah, it's one of those spring trail things.
Ooh.
Take the stars of my.
Hey, well, should we end the stream now?
Yeah.
Expo in the dark.
I was just gonna say. So this wraps up the roundup for October 2022. Thank you for those who participated, and see you next month maybe. No wait, no, I won't be here. I won't be here. People will be hosting.
Peep, I'm gonna stream you.
I can threaten people verbally and get away with it.
Peep, no.